Recent rains and cooler temperatures have reduced fire behavior in some areas, especially in the Caribou. We'll get to that in a moment, but the southeast portion of the province is still a very big problem. We have over 360 fires to tell you about, but we're going to concentrate on this area around Slocan Lake and the valley in there, where the Argenta Creek fire at about 2,300 hectares is causing all kinds of problems, including across the lake, with all of these evacuation orders in the regional district of Central Kootenays. A lack of wind is giving fire crews in the Slocan Valley a chance to make some progress on a cluster of these fires burning on both sides of the lake. But as McArthur reports, a string of evacuation orders has forced hundreds of people from their homes in this region.
Crews busy removing fuel around hydro lines in the Slocan Valley. 6 fires burning along the lake have already resulted in hundreds of properties put on evacuation order. Over the weekend, nearly 400 more homeowners forced out in Slocan.
I'm still very stressed out. It's, a trip for sure. Like, it's something I don't want to go through again.
My husband has stayed home, and my son, my oldest son, to defend the property if they can.
The rain that fell on many parts of BC Monday hasn't materialized in the Kootenays yet, but cooler weather with lighter winds have given crews a chance to extend fire guards and to remove fuel. According to BC Wildfire Service, none of the fires in the Slocan complex experienced any significant growth over the last 24 hours. But challenging terrain and dry conditions making the job of containing the fires difficult.
The changing weather conditions has been difficult. What occurs in the morning and then what comes through in the afternoon and how that affects the fire. But particularly the smoke layers that are present for most days make it very difficult for us to employ aviation assets that are there to support ground crews in firefighting operations.
The weather also expected to degrade as the week goes on. Evacuation orders expected to remain in place. The Mulvey Creek fire has forced the village of Slocan to bypass its water treatment plant, and with Highway 6 closed between Slocan and New Denver, the Ponderosa fire has the potential to cut off road access south.
It was clear there a lot of resources had been deployed to create those fire breaks to prevent the fires from moving and hitting critical infrastructure.
Roughly 360 fires are burning in BC, a bulk of them in the southern interior. The southeast generating most of the concern right now. McArthur, Global News.
That's backed up by the map as well, all of this activity in the southeast corner. But we did mention earlier that there is some cooler weather and improved firefighting conditions up in the Caribou. I'll show you that right now. We've been watching this fire around the Wells area for a long time near Argenta Creek. It's still a fire of note, but you probably remember over the last couple of days, there were a ton of alerts in this area. These have all been lifted, thankfully. So around Wells, Barkerville, Bowron Lakes, all of those have been lifted. So make sure you check with the regional district to make sure that you're in the clear before you come back. So the Antler Creek fire still classified as out of control, but no longer poses an immediate threat to those communities. In the North Okanagan, we'll go back to the southern part of the province here. The evacuation orders and alerts have also been downgraded for properties on the west side of Sugar Lake. The Sitcombe Creek fire is still threatening homes and cabins on the east side of that lake. That fire is also classified as out of control, and it's currently mapped at about 2,000 hectares or 20 square kilometers.